Hello, this is for the Facilitating Learning Online, and as you can tell, I'm logged in to Blackboard, and oftentimes when you log in, it'll start right here at My Georgian, and you've got 3 tabs. It'll go up to Course and Tools, and whatever courses you'll be teaching will be listed right here. And I want to show you quickly how to put your grade center together in this particular short video. So let's go into Facilitating Online Learning. Now all shells will start out basically the same. And you can see I've put an announcement up, but I'm making this video before I've made this available, so it says not available. It'll become available for you at a later date, so it'll be there now that you are in class. Now you have a bunch of tools over here. I'm going to close all these up. Yours will look like this if you're an instructor. It won't look like this if you're a student. It'll look a little bit more like, I'm going to take the edit mode off, it's going to look a little bit more like this. As you can see, the announcement's no longer showing. This will look similar to you as a student, but then you won't have this. This is only available to faculty. Okay, so let's go right back here to edit on. You're now a faculty. Excuse me. And you want to set up your grade center. So you go to Grade Center, click on it. It's going to give you some options. Now if you're teaching online and you've done an online test, you can select Test and it'll take you only to the tests. Or the assignment, it'll take you only to the assignment columns. Or you can go to Need Grading and it'll show you those things that need grading. There'll be a little green symbol that will indicate that somebody has done something, and then you just click on it and you can go to where it needs grading. But we're going to create our grade center. So I've already got it started. There you are. And you're going to see all these columns are here up until weighted and total column. There will also be an availability column, and I've already made it hidden. And you may not want all these here. As you can see, student ID is blank. And you may not want that because it takes up space on your grade center. So you can simply, these chevrons are your common in everything that you do in Blackboard. The chevrons are your options. So if I click it, it says that I can sort it ascending, descending, but I want to hide the column. So I'm going to say hide the column. It doesn't delete it, it just hides it. So now it's not there and it takes up less space. Now you can see I've already made Test 1, Test 2, and Assignment 1 columns. There's a total column and there's a weighted column. The total column really just means that if you've made all of your assignments and all your tests out of 50 and you've got 4, if you add 50, 50, 50, 50, you're going to have 200. So total will represent 200 points. So whenever you put in something in a test here, say the person got 30 out of 50, it'll indicate 30 out of 20 in total. Now that's not necessarily a helpful information for a student. However, weighted will be putting in what is the overall weight for this particular assignment or test, given what the weight and percentages are for the assignment and weight that you put in the syllabus. So this becomes a pretty helpful column. So let's start here. I'm going to create one more column. I'm going to do another assignment column. All columns are created here under Create Column. You're not creating a calculated column, even though you're creating something that will calculate a percentage or calculate a score and add it to a total, but do not add a create calculated column. We're going to use manage. When we want to organize these columns, we can go to manage them here. You can also set a grading code for color coding, so you could say everything from 49% down to 0 get a red color. Everything from 50 through to 60 gets a yellow, and everything from 61 through to 100 gets a green. Something to that effect, to sort of say anything in red I need to be conscious of and contacting students. So you can do color coding, you can do a variety of things. And you're also able to create reports. But what we're only going to focus on is create a column. So let's click it. And this will be the standard interface. Whenever you see this little symbol, it indicates you have to put something in here. So I'm going to put in assignment. Now it will keep track of all the other things you've put in here. So I'm going to say I'm going to want assignment 2. This is an option. You can put an alternative. Maybe you want to put in this is your reflection assignment, but it's not required. So I just put in assignment 2. You can put in notes here to sort of remind students about anything. It's going to keep your score, and as you can see, you need a total possible point. So we're going to put in it's out of 50. Now this will tell the student that when they get a score, it'll be 32 or 40 out of 50. But sometimes they want to know what the percentage is. So you can put in a secondary display, percentage. Now they're going to get their score plus percentage and what it's out of. Now you may or may not want to use this. This will tell them when the due date is. That's what their syllabus is for, but you may want to double do it. This indicates that the column in the Grade Center is going to be included, so they can see it. Show to the students, yes. I tend to keep this as no. I don't really need the students to know where they stand with other students, and I don't get much feedback from students that they want to know that. Then submit. Now we're going to have created now assignment 2 right there. So now I have 4 columns of assigned work, and I want to be able to weight them according to what I want. And in this case, I'm just going to weight them 25%, 25%, 25%, and 25% to make 100%. And that's what weighted column means. So I go to weighted column, and I go down to edit the column information. So I click. Now I don't have to put anything in here. It's already titled. It's going to be weighted. But I want to scroll down. And here's where I have my tests and assignments. And I want to put them all over into the right. Now watch what happens. I'm going to click one. I'm going to click this chevron. It moves it over and it leaves a box here where it's saying what's the percentage for this test. So let's move them all over. Now you could do this by clicking them all and sending them over at once. Now down here you're seeing there is total weight. This must weigh or must be totaled to 100% for the weighted column to be totaled accurately. So in this case I'm putting in 25, 25. Now these could be, you may have more assignments and tests, and these may be weighted anything from 5%, 15%, 20%. It doesn't matter. You can have as many columns and have them weighted as differently as you want them to be weighted, as long as it totals 100. Okay? So now they're done. I'm happy. I'm going to calculate it as a running total, so every time we do something, it will create the weighted total, and then when I add something else, it will increase or decrease according to the overall weight and the student's success. Again, I'm not changing these, and I'm going to submit. Now you're not going to see any difference in your Grade Center now. It's going to look exactly as it did before. But maybe I want these to be pushed forward and have my weighted total and total over there. So I'm going to manage my columns. I'm going to organize them. So we go to Organize. Now you notice what I did, or maybe you didn't notice here, but a student ID and availability are hidden. I selected them to be hidden, and they are now hidden. They haven't disappeared, but they're just not visible. Now I scroll down, and here are my columns that I have. These little things say I can move them. So instead of moving these 4 up onto the other side of the weighted column, I'm going to move these down. So I just drag it down, and this is how I can reorganize. Now I'm going to put the weighted total closest to the assignment work, because that's the one the students are going to be noticing more, and I'm going to show you how to change that. So you notice over here, it's up to 200 points. And so this is what I mean. If a student gets 67 out of 200, they may not know what that actually means. And it's just not as representative as getting a percentage that gets calculated based on the weight of the assignment plus what their test score or their assignment score was. Okay, so now I'm going to submit this. And you'll notice that it's going to change the look of my Grade Center. Now I have Test 1, Test 2, Assignment 1, Assignment 2, and weighted column and total. Now, this little green arrow is saying that this is the image. This is what students are going to see. They're going to see that this is the score out of 200 that they've got, and they may not understand that. And I may get a lot of emails saying I don't understand what my score is. So instead, what I can go to is weighted column. Excuse me. and set as external grade right there. Now it has the little arrow, and this is what students will see. Okay, so now essentially you set up your grade center, and when you want to score the first test, now watch when I click in here. If you look at the top here, it's saying that it's out of a possible 50. So Pearlie, she did really well. She got 45. So I entered 45, and I'm going to push my enter button. And now you see it change to a percentage. Her weighted score overall so far is 90%. We've only got the one activity in there. As we do a second test, and maybe Pearlie did even better, she got 46. We'll see that the weighted score goes up, as does the total number of points that she scored. And then in assignment 1, she did closer to 40. She had some errors. Sorry, Pearlie. And now her weighted alteration there's a score out of 200. And then her final one, she really got a good handle on it. So her overall score was 90. This is what will go into Banner. This would be her final score, and she got 180 points out of 200. And you would do this for each person running on down. Okay? That's essentially Grade Center. Now, if you are at a point at the end of the semester and you want to download your Grade Center, you can do so, and not very effectively. It won't be into a functional Excel spreadsheet, but it will give you the raw information. You go to Work Offline, Download. I want to download not just the column, but the full Grade Center. Submit. And then download. Now this is going to download on a Mac a little differently. It goes down to my download up here, and then it's going to show up down here. And there's my Excel spreadsheet. It'll open it up here, and you'll see what I mean. It'll give me a raw, uneditable. I have to put in the formulas for Excel, but it'll put down all the columns that were in my Grade Center and all the scores that I had inputted. And so there we see the scores. And so I can build in the Excel formulas to alternate or to check to see that this is most accurate. All right. I hope this has been helpful. I'm going to close this. I'm going to go back to my Grade Center. And I will have other videos I'll post for you as well. All right. Thank you very much, and we'll see you all on Saturday. Bye now.